Good evening, Patric.
Good evening.
How are you doing this evening?
Good.
Yes, and Rochelle, how are you doing this evening?
I'm doing good.
Yes. Um, I know that you have many ideas and questions that you wish to share, so
Yes.
whenever you are ready to begin, you may.
Okay. Um, I just want to give like a little background to my question.
Yes.
I was born with cerebral palsy, and that is a disability that affects the muscles and sometimes the brain. But in my particular situation, I'm pretty high functioning as far as like my ability to think and talk and communicate and stuff like that. But basically, when I was born, the doctors told my mother that I wouldn't be able to sit up, talk, or do anything. So I'm doing one of those things right now. That's and basically, I had my first question is, um, I started to talk at the age of like 4 or 5, which is later than most, children. And I was just wondering, could you give me any information on why that happened?
Yes. If it is possible to let me enter your energy,
Yes.
perhaps more deeply, I would be able to express this idea.
Okay.
Um, Before I connect to the energy, the host is very aware of this idea, this physical condition, and
Okay.
this is very close to his heart, as
Yes.
he has perhaps expressed to you the idea that his son is what you would say to be a low functioning
Yeah.
entity with the cerebral palsy as well. And there is a great comfort that the host feels towards you, a
Hmm.
very great love, a very great appreciation. So I wish to express this unless in case the host has not expressed this idea to you.
Okay.
Yes, if you are able to close your eyes, to place a thought within your mind that
Okay.
pushes energy from the inside of the physical body to the outside and to
Okay.
continuously push it outwardly.
Okay.
Yes, in one moment I will connect. One moment, please. Yes, um, the oversoul of yours is quite open. It is very easily able to express ideas and to communicate. And this does not often happen with ideas of information from the fractal. It usually protects great amounts of information so that you are able to experience things, but it has a great understanding of your own energy, of what your life is for, and what your life is about. And within this specific idea that you are expressing, the idea that you would not speak into a later age, this has a great amount to do with the overall expression of having a disability. The
Okay.
idea that you agreed to incarnate into this earth with this physical condition before you were born, so that you may experience overcoming adversity with positivity, with great compassion, but also to be an inspiration to other entities. And so that you may experience what you say to be a handicap, as most humans would call this,
Okay.
or a condition, you must experience the actual attributes of this condition.
Yeah.
So this is why it is a late forming expression of speaking and a late form expression of being able to be mobile with verbal ideas as well as the physical body.
Okay, because I noticed that as far as like my vocabulary and stuff, I was able to pick up language quicker than most people after I was able to talk. And I noticed that like I have a very good vocabulary or whatever. So was during that time was I just like soaking up information and then
Yes. Um, if you wish to continue to ask other areas of this question,
okay,
um,
yeah,
yes, go ahead if you wish.
okay. Um I just found it interesting that I have a pretty good vocabulary, especially in comparison to people of my age group and that type of stuff. So I always thought that like I might have been like soaking things in because I actually remember I have an experience of like before I was able to talk, and I have an experience or a memory of like asking to have the ability to talk because I had a great desire to speak to my mother, and then after that, like I've been able to speak. But I just remember like just sitting there, like sitting and like asking or something, and then like it just came to me, the ability.
Yes, this often happens with entities who are perhaps, as you would say, one-sided in their overall abilities. For instance, you are lacking in a physical idea with
Yeah.
muscular, so you are able to make this up very greatly with intellect, vocabulary as one of them. And because you are giving this great expression, a great want within you, this is your excitement, this is what thrives to make you work upon this. So this energy is manifested quite easily for you. This is why you are and will always be very great in this intellectual and vocabulary area, being able to soak up this information, because
Okay.
your consciousness knows that the physical is lower and the mind is higher. This is perhaps um, if we are using a comparison to the host son does not speak, he does not talk or walk. So within this idea, he has given up his abilities physically and mentally so that he may express ideas of love. And within your existence, you wish to experience the kind-heartedness as well as the idea of vocabulary and intellect.
Yeah.
So you've traded this to be able to do this more deeply than others who are in your condition and others who are not in your condition.
Okay, then my next question that leads me into I have a great passion for music, like and creativity and being able to create, but because of my physical condition, a lot of the times I have difficulty finding a way for me personally to be able to do things because I'm not able to do it the way people normally do it a lot of the time. So my question is, how can I discover the way for me to be able to do something like my own way of being able to do something.
Within your own limitations as you see this, this would be the idea. When you are looking at the physical body not being as easily manipulated as you wish in many areas, the idea is to stop seeing this as a limitation and see this as a great chance to be able to manifest things in a different way. So instead of using your belief system that the physical attributes are less than others or are not good as others, see it as in your ability to be able to communicate ideas of great enhancement and great creativity within your own way. So if you see it less as a disability and more as an ability to do things in the way that fits more towards your own personality and towards your own ideas of creativity, this will help counterbalance this physical idea and it will help you find more intricate ways. The oversoul is expressing the idea that with music, with the voice, and also with speaking, you will be able to have no limitations on these ideas, but more so in the expressions of the physical arts. And within this, the more that you are able to let go of the idea that this would be difficult for you, that it will be harder because you are different in this way, the more that you will see ideas and creativity coming in different
Oh,
avenues.
oh, okay, but my question is, I have a big thing to me that's big when it comes to being creative. I can't write. Like I'm not able to physically write things like people normally do it. So that seems to be like a hindrance to me when it comes to getting down ideas or things that I may have, and I haven't been able to find a way to get ideas down.
Yes, the idea is to remove the idea of the writing these ideas down, and more so in the ideas of technology, finding ways to record the vocal ideas, and then when you are able to place these ideas into a written word, there are technologies that are available for spoken words. If you speak to the host after the session is done, he will show you a program in which you are able to speak through your computer, and then the words will come upon the screen, and this will give you a chance to do this, as well as being able to record them, and then go back and use those ideas to refine them, to narrow them down to what is more expressive to you, to take them from the heat of the moment into a creativity flow, and to be able to use them accordingly.
Uh, okay, thank you. My next question with
Yes!
that is this where it gets into the like emotional and like my belief system. I find it difficult because I feel like if I was to do something like that, when I when I try to do things like that, I have a fear of like people judging me or seeing me do these things and like like thinking that it's not good enough or passing judgment on me. So what can I do to make myself more confident so that I can express these ideas without worrying about other people's views, even like especially if they're negative?
Yes, most of the humans who go through this existence have the same idea, the same fears, the same ideas of inadequacy. So remind yourself in this way you are very equal to all entities. You are still fearing what you do is not good enough for others, and what you have done has been a great expression of going beyond the expectations of all humans. As you have experienced the idea of being told what you would not be able to do, and being able to do this, this shows that you are able to overcome any expectation that is set by other humans. But the very greatest idea, the one that will help you mostly in this emotional way, is to be able to experience yourself with love. Most entities who fear judgment from others, these other entities' judgments are only reflections of what is inside of you. Because you have a place in your mind that believes that you are possibly not good enough to do these things, that because of your differences, that you will be judged, this is why it is reflecting back to you. So the idea is to remind yourself that you have created this reality, that you have created the idea of being physically limited or to be handicapped, and that you do this for the experience of overcoming these adversities. To remind yourself that you are a portion of the Creator, that you are divine by nature, and that this physical body is only one portion of your existence, that your soul is what is completely wonderful. And when you are able to express yourself without fear, you will find that all entities will not judge you. And if there are entities who judge you, it is because there still is a portion within you that is judging yourself. So loving yourself is the very greatest tool to remove all fears of this as well.
So that is why I have like stage fright when I get in front of people. That's why I'm like I don't like talking in front of crowds and stuff. That's why, because of these fears that I have in me.
Yes, this is the exact idea, this subconscious and
Yeah,
even very conscious fear
yeah,
of the idea of others' judgments. But to remind yourself that most judgment that comes from this idea of entities who are handicapped in their own mind is only coming from lack of knowledge. That entities, in examples of the host existence, who have looked upon his son, um, the host used to take this very personally, become very upset by this, but now it is an understanding that the entities are not looking in judgment, they are looking because they have not been informed. It is much as the humans in America who have looked at the Arab or Muslim nations as people who are terrorists or attackers, and this is because they do not know a Muslim. They have not been informed of what many good Muslims are able to express. And this is the same with you. When you are able to inform other entities, this gives them a chance to evaluate the idea with their heart instead of their mind.
okay. My last question with the like creativity part of it is I seem to like how do I learn something that I have no previous knowledge of? Like I seem to have difficulty. Like for example, when I was younger, I wanted to play an instrument, but I never found like the resources to learn how to play an instrument. How do I put myself in the vibration of being able to attract these things or to find out about them? Because so far it's been difficult.
Yes, the idea of this first is to release ideas of expectations. As you are seeing physically playing an instrument, the first ideas that come to mind are the very basic instruments. Let us say drums, guitars, keyboards, flutes, and trombones, things of
Yeah,
these nature. But these all require great hand coordination.
yeah.
So you have already defeated yourself in expectations.
Okay.
But to remind yourself that ideas of making music does not always require these standard instruments, that there is much technology that can help you achieve the great making of music, that there is also many instruments that require very little hand coordination, um, or even some that require none at all, that this can be very useful as well. To find your creativity with a path of least resistance is to remove expectations, to truly love what you are doing, and even if it is not perhaps the judgment idea that you have of others judging you, to
Yeah.
remove this, because if you are able to play an instrument in an unconventional manner, you will always have this fear hanging over you. So if you remove this fear, then you will be open to playing more styles of music and more instruments as well.
Okay. So this is how I can attract to myself the equipment that is necessary for me to be able to do this, do
Yes,
whatever creative endeavors. Okay.
yes, it is to place your love into creation and to explore aspects of musicality that do not limit with your expectations. So, looking into all instruments, let us say, for instance, you are difficulty moving the arms and the fingers very delicately. You are not able to
Yeah.
move them with fine motor, but there
Yes.
are instruments you can find where you only need to hold one thing and to use your mouth, such as the trombone. This idea allows you to play with only small movements of the arm and very little fine finger movements. So, exploring these ideas through the internet, through speaking to other entities, um, through ideas of being able to not limit yourself by instruments alone from technology, all of these things will give you great uh, fields and varieties of abilities to manifest this great love and creativity that you have within you. And to place excitement upon this is the very greatest aspect. This excitement is what leads you into all probabilities. When you are excited and happy and very intent on doing something, then this excitement itself is what leads you to the other areas.
How can I stay excited when my environment or people around me or are showing me the opposite?
When you are surrounded by this, this often is the show of the idea that internally this is the same idea. So if you are having many entities around you who are negative or upset or worried, it is because there is imbalances of you as well. This fear idea of judgment is one aspect, but also the frustration when you are doing something and are not able to do it in the way that you would expect to do. This also adds to this. So, by removing these expectations of how you are able to do things, by removing the self judgment, by removing the fear of others judging you, this will help your environment be more calm. And if it remains similar, even your perspective will show you that now you are able to see that these other entities are not placing negativity to you. It is only imbalances within themselves, and that loving them and accepting them for who they are will be able to let you face much more great difficulties with them. So if they are projecting negativity to you in the same way that they are now, you will not perceive it in the same way. You will be able to experience it as understanding that they are only imbalanced.
Yeah, because that was my next question. Like, how could I stay positive within negativity? Like, stay balanced. That's the thing that I find difficulty in, especially when I'm in a mostly negative environment, and I pick up on energy from people a lot of the time. So it's difficult for me to stay balanced
Yes, the
in those.
idea to remove yourself with negative energy yourself, this will truly show you a more balanced environment around
Okay.
you, but also the ideas that we have expressed previously of understanding that the negativity that comes from them is within themselves as well, that this is from their own imbalances, and loving them and not judging them, not seeing them as bad for being imbalanced, only that they are not living in a vibration that is closer to yours. All of these things will help create a more easily accessible situation when they are connecting negativity to you. You will not perceive it to be as negative.
Okay. Can I take these principles that you just told me and use them for finding something like housing
Yes, the
for myself?
idea of housing is along with the excitement area to
Yeah.
be excited, but also to remove the
Expectation.
ideas of expectations. Yes,
Okay.
yes. The
Um,
expectations in many entities is one of the very greatest defeaters of one's wish because they are placing a wall. I've expressed
wh-
it in this way. Many place expectations, and this creates a wall
how
on all four sides of the house. And when they are living, they are not able to go outside of these walls. But
okay.
if you have no expectations, then everything that is in front of you, behind you, to the side, and above, you will be able to perceive with no walls.
But how do I keep my energy towards something without expectation?
You only live off the excitedness. Let us use an example, for
Um,
instance. Let us say that you wish to experience um, a housing idea, to go to a housing. So
okay.
when you are excited in this housing, you are able to place yourself in all aspects. This includes looking for the housing. This includes going to the separate houses to see which one resonates with you.
Okay.
This includes the idea of meditating and focusing upon this. Literally all attributes of finding housing, you must place yourself within and place yourself within positivity. If you go to these ideas begrudgingly, if you go to look at the house with a negative thought of this will be a very difficult day or a very bad house, then you are experiencing more of what you are thinking. So to be able to say, I am going to place myself in the ideas of houses, I will not expect anything, I will only live in the happy moment, live in the excitedness, this will truly show you what lack of resistance truly means.
How do I know what the best thing to do in the moment is? I mean, I understand the living your excitement and all that stuff, but I never understood like how am I to know what's the best thing to do in the moment? Like let's say I get up in the morning, for example. I might have a couple ideas in my head about what I want to do, but most of the time none of them sticks out where I could say like they're exciting. So I kind of never like I don't understand like how to be able to tell what I should do.
If they are not truly exciting, then they are uh, not worth putting the time or effort into. If they seem to be things that you feel you must do, then you will never find resonance within this.
Okay.
Let us say you wake up with these three ideas, but then you have one idea that comes out that is not being thought of, but you have an understanding that you have an excitement for this, such as music. Then you are expressing the idea. Instead of doing these three things today, I will place myself in the excitement of the music. And
Okay.
when you place yourself in the excitement of this music, then you will find which way resonates with you more. It is not that excitement in itself builds all manifesting. It does on the average of most of the time. But within your excitement, you are able to find other pathways to more excitement as well.
Okay, yeah, that was my question because a lot of times in my life I feel stuck. Like even right now, before I was say, I feel like I couldn't find any answers or whatever to my problems, or I didn't know what to do next. So, that's the way for me to prevent that from happening, so that I can
Yes,
have more of a flow.
yes, when you are in your excitement, this is the true nature of who you are. When you are being the greatest you that you are possibly able to be, when you are living as your own self, being happy, being excited, living in what makes you happy. This is the true nature of the oversoul. This is
Okay.
the true nature of what you truly are. And this is what gives you the opportunity to not be stuck and to manifest all things that you wish.
Okay. My next question is, how do I know when to express ideas to people? Like, let's say if I want to express, like, I don't know, about being, attracting your reality or whatever. How do I know whether I should say that to the person or not? Like, express certain ideas. Like, because I notice a lot of times I'll express ideas and I'll have a positive go in with a positive outlook on it, but they'll have like a negative reaction and it'll like backfire.
Yes, it is again due to this fear of others' perceptions of you, and also the fear of what you are saying will be judged. If
Okay.
you are able to express the ideas of what is exciting to you, let us say, for instance, the manifestation ideas, if you are able to express this, one's rejection does not truly mean that they are being negative to you. It is only a non-resonance to accept that all entities that you come in contact with will be on a separate vibrational level, that things do not completely resonate with all
Okay.
entities, and to see this as okay, to not see it as a negative idea. This will help the idea not only of expressing your own self verbally, but also the idea of others judging you. Because if they are judging you, then this is truly only a disagreement with what resonates with them. And this is acceptable. This is their existence. And if they do not resonate with the similar ideas, this is very great. It is very um, intensely exciting, if you will, to see that um, nature has manifested itself outwardly through collective consciousness in many different ways.
So, how come I have went into situations with a positive attitude and tried to do something positive for somebody, and something negative happened to me?
Within other entities or
Yeah,
within a
yeah, yeah.
situation
With me
itself.
trying to assist, yeah, assist other entities.
Because these entities are not ready to be assisted, and you have taken this as a personal insult to you. And this is not truly a personal insult. It is only the idea that this entity does not wish to make a change, does not wish to accept help and resonance. And this is a very acceptable idea. If you understand that all entities are so very different from one another, that not many will resonate upon the same levels with exact idealisms, this will show you more opportunity to not show them your ideas, not to say that if you do not accept my help, this is a negative thing, but by understanding that not accepting your help can be a very positive aspect, as it either shows them more about themselves
Huh?
or it gives them the opportunity to make a change if they wish to.
So how do I know when to leave them alone? Like, let's say if somebody comes to me for assistance, whatever. How do I know when it's better off for me to just let them be them and create whatever they're trying to create?
Yes, you should always let another entity create what they wish to create, always respect this idea,
Okay.
always acknowledge this idea, but within giving advice, if you are giving it from your heart, if you are truly giving it to them because you love them and you respect them and you wish for them to have the opportunity to change, um, then express these ideas to them whenever you wish. You will
Okay.
know when an entity will not accept it by the way in which they react.
Okay. I had a question. How can I meditate? Because I feel my body is naturally stiff, so I've always had difficulty relaxing. Like, and to get into a meditative state, it's like really, really difficult for me to have my body relax. Like I feel like music in some cases is meditative, but I don't have the experiences that, deeper experiences. Like I've never like, you know, connected with my spirit guides or any of that type of stuff, which I'm kind of interested in, but I've never been able to do that. So I was wondering like
Yes!
how I can meditate more deeply.
The idea is that the greatest relaxative position that you are able to experience is in what state?
Um, when I'm laying down,
Yes, in the laying down idea, is there also entities who are expressing therapeutic massages for you as well?
well, yes, but I don't have people to assist me to do the therapeutic exercises. Like,
Yes, there is many ideas that are great for the muscle idea. To be within warm water is very
okay,
soothing and relaxing, but to find the exact position that is the least restrictive, the least uncomfortable, and to use this idea to close the eyes and to physically express an intent, just as you did when your eyes are closed and you are pushing consciousness out of yourself,
okay,
to express to each individual body part to have relaxation within this. This will help a subconscious physical body be able to relax more. It will not relax to a very high degree, as you would see other entities
okay,
perhaps being able
okay.
to relax, but it will be more comfortable than any idea that you have ever been able to experience without this subconscious thought. So to close your eyes, to be as comfortable as you are, and then start commanding each body place to be relaxed at the time.
Okay.
The toes, the feet, the legs continue from foot to head or from head to foot. And then once you are as comfortable as you are able to be, place your intent within your mind and express that you wish to connect to your higher self, that you
Okay.
wish to express to your guides.
Okay.
And once you are able to express this idea through intent, then to relax and let this information come back to you.
Can you tell me anything about my guides? Like, do they exist? Correct. I
Yes,
I have them.
yes, there is
So
two entities that are directly with you. But before I answer this idea, I wish to express that the time is becoming very low. Is this the most important question that you have?
um
As we only have time for 1 to 2 questions.
okay, the one I wanted to know is like my guides and if I'm connected to any extraterrestrials, and then I wanted to know why I can't remember my dreams. That's the two most important questions.
Yes, this is very easy to
Okay.
express to you. The
Okay.
idea of the guides, both of these are entities who have not lived as humans for at least 50 of your years. They have been out of physical incarnation from the time you were born. One is a male, one is a female entity. They are both connected very highly to you. They believe you to be as an angel to them. They are very deeply, emotionally, and mentally connected to you. You have spent many existences with these entities, and they both are with you literally every moment of every day. They are there for you so that you may be assisted in your physical incarnation. They understood that this would be a difficult incarnation physically, so they are here to lend you this assistance every moment, every day. Sometimes when you are getting very quick thoughts, very expressionate thoughts of being able to relax and to love yourself, this is coming from them. And within your existence of extraterrestrials, it is very unique. There has not been many entities on Earth that I have connected to that have had members of my own race within their oversoul. And with you, you are having one of the members of my race within your oversoul. And this is very great. It is very resonant as I have a great understanding for who this entity is. So I wish to express to you that this is what you would say to be a probable version of your future or a higher entity within your own
Does he
incarnation
does
or
he
oversoul.
connect to me or can I connect to him or
Yes,
whoever the entity? Yeah.
the idea that he understands who you are and has connected to you energetically, yes. The idea is connecting to him very often. This is not as much so behind this last 1 year. This last 1 year has been more attention. The more that you have come in tune with yourself, the more that he is connected to you. And if you wish to experience him, it is similar to the idea of how the host experiences me within the closing of the eyes and focusing upon the Argai constellation. This will help bring his energy to you.
Okay.
Um, and
Is is
the
there
last idea
I
that
thought
you wish
of
to
I thought of
experience.
one last thing
Yes,
other than the dreams. That's important too, but past lives. I have heard about a past life that I have that's like connected with the Mona Lisa. Like I don't know if Rob knows who heard he's probably heard of that picture or whatever, but I've heard that
yes.
that person. I want to know some information about that.
The idea that you have a person who is within the same area of the world at the same time is very true, but this portion of yours does not stick out very greatly, so I'm not able to experience the detailed information of who this entity is. I am only experiencing it from the same time period in the same area of the world.
Are there past lives of mine that are artistic? Is that why I have such a love for art and
Yes,
like
within all human past existences, each human that you know has had past within artisticness, has had past within deviisms, and
okay,
has past every style of past that you are able to have, you have already had. The artistic idea, I am not sure if this entity within the same time period in this portion of the world is the same artistic energy, but there has been many existences of artistic nature.
okay,
Um, To cover this last idea of the
Yeah, the
dream state,
dreams.
yes, I wish to express to you that this is often caused, um, perhaps what you would say, of irritation of sleep patterns, of waking up very quickly,
How can I sleep better then or correct that?
by placing an intent, just as you do in a meditation to connect to your guides. When you are laying down, remind each portion of the body to relax and also to express the idea that you wish to sleep more greatly, that the physical body will stay relaxed, and that you will remember your dream state.
Okay. What should I do with the dream upon waking? Like, should I try to use the technology to put it into the computer or something? Because I notice most people say if you don't write it down, you won't remember it.
Yes, this is very true in the idea of if you do not place your focus upon the dream state
Yeah.
on waking time, it becomes more difficult to remember. So remind yourself to place a very easy recording voice program in the computer next to you, or
Okay.
in a phone next to you, or in
Okay.
a laptop next to you, and to open this idea every morning and to reiterate the ideas of what you remember in the dream state. And then, if you wish to experience those ideas more deeply, then when you go for a meditation, remembering to relax your body piece by piece, and
Okay.
then placing the intent, I wish to experience more of this dream state like I have remembered from this morning.
Okay. And that's how I'll be able to remember my dreams. Is
Yes, it will help
is that
assist
why
you.
I was able to remember them more when I was younger because I was more relaxed and I didn't have as
Yes,
much tension?
yes, this is
Okay.
very correct in this idea.
Okay.
It is time for the host to disconnect.
Okay.
I wish to express to you um, that the host, again, is very well connected to you.
Okay.
He wishes to express to you
You
these
can come
ideas.
hang out with me anytime you like.
If you wish to express to the host that you wish to have an information that
Okay.
will allow you to call upon my energy
Okay.
whenever you wish to have, I will be able to come and bring a portion of my consciousness to you.
Okay.
So if
Thank you.
you ask him this after this session is over, he will have this idea. And I also wish to express to you that I am very deeply excited for this communication. And I wish to express to you that you are a very great human and continuing your happiness and pridefulness and ability to overcome the ideas of other entities looking negatively at you is a really great goal to have. And I wish to express this to you as I leave you this evening in love and in light, and we will experience each other very soon.
Okay. Love you too. Thank you so much
Yes, and I love
for
you as well.
everything.
Good night.
Good night.